Hi, welcome to our class. My name is Greg Nemish. I'll be your instructor for Economics 201, Principles of Microeconomics. So we're going to start the semester not in an ideal way. I'm going remotely here for the first day. I'm just going to do a relatively short video for you with basically the basics of what you need to get started and information about the course so we can get that out of the way. And there's going to be like one particular thing that I'm going to need you to get done like today or tomorrow before you come to class on Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to get this smaller. All right, so if you go to Canvas, what you'll see is our class homepage here for our sections with some good information for you. Here's my email address if you need to email me. My office hours here on these dates. You can stop by, just drop in during those times. I'm in FSB up on the third floor. I'm kind of hard to find in a corner, but I'm right above Taylor, that big auditorium on the first floor. If you just go straight up above that and in a corner, that's where I'll be. If none of those times work for you, then you can just send me an email and we can set something up that would work for both of us. We will have supplemental instructors for this course. They haven't been assigned yet, but I want to get that information. I'll get that out to you. They're going to run like weekly review sessions and exam review sessions to help you succeed in this course. Organization-wise, the way to keep up and find things, you have two main ways to do that. On the home page here, I'm going to have a schedule of what we're going to cover that day. So if, let's say, you miss a day because you're sick or something, or you're traveling for sports, you can come back to this day and click our module page here. That'll take you to what we covered that day. All right, and so we can look at what's going to happen for Module 2. Here's going to be our Top Hat homeworks. All right, if you click on this page here, we're going to have the readings that you're going to do after coming into class that are going to show up as due dates. These are going to be the homeworks, end of chapter homeworks you're going to do in Top Hat. And then these are going to be practice questions to prepare for the exam that you can do later on once you're getting ready. And then here's a list of learning objectives. These learning objectives are going to be important. For me, these all tie directly to a type of problem that you might see on an exam. So when you're studying, you can think like, I need to know like, okay, what's this? Check this off, check this off. If I can do those type of problems, I'm relatively good to go for the exam. All right, so let's go back to the home page. All right, here we go. So that's the modules. You can follow along what we'll do, and I'll show those to you in class as we get started. So now I'm going to go to the syllabus. So take your time, read through this on your own. There's a few things I want to point out for the syllabus. I got a course description here. You can read through that. The big thing here that I need you to get is this required textbook for this online homework. So what we'll be using for this course is going to be called Top Hat. It's an online system. Your textbook is in this Top Hat. There are questions, practice questions embedded in the readings. Your homeworks are going to be on this Top Hat. And it's going to give you some hints to solve, and hopefully you're going to get feedback from solving a lot of problems relatively quickly rather than turning in homework or problem sets that are going to take me a week to grade or something like that. Okay, so there's a couple ways to get access to Top Hat, and this is what I need you to get done by class on Thursday, ideally. And if that doesn't work, we'll spend a few minutes in class trying to get that loaded up. All right, so the easiest way is over here on the left-hand side of the Canvas page. You see Top Hat 1.3. If you click this button here, it'll take you directly to the Top Hat site where it'll ask you to log in, create a username and password, etc. Make sure you use your Miami email address. If you already have Top Hat, then it should automatically work for you. And what I would suggest is don't purchase it yet. Just get this 14-day free trial. You decide, yeah, I'm going to stick with the course. Then go in and make your purchase. I don't know exactly what the price is at the moment. It's changed since the contract between Miami and Top Hat ended. But in my mind, I believe that the expense is worth it to help you learn and succeed in this course. All right, so if you click that top hat button, you can go in and everything's gonna like automatically sync up with Canvas for you. You shouldn't have to worry about it. If you do go and buy it through the bookstore or directly through Top Hat's website, there's something called a join code. And this is so when you create your account, you get into the correct class. And so if you're in section I, that's going to be the 1140 section. Your join code's this number here. If you're in section J, the 115 section, this will be your join code. And so that's what you'd want to put in. Okay. Right, so how this Top Hat stuff is going to work. Let's go back to our modules or our homepage. Let's try it again. There we go. And let's say module 1. What we're going to start on Thursday for this content. If you click this, you'll see all this material. This top line here is always going to be like an outline of the things I want you to do for this module outside of class. And so what we have here are these 4 different sections. So this is like the textbook that's broken up into 4 different sections. And I'll click 1.2. That link should take you directly to the Top Hat assignment. My internet's running slow these days because of the snowstorm. Hopefully it'll move faster for you. All right, so here's our reading. What we have. So this is going to be, for that section, the reading that I'm going to want you to do. And embedded in it are going to be some practice questions. Right? And so this is what your assignment is going to look like for that material. All right, this is going to be done outside of class. All right, so this is going to be a definitional question. The answer to it is going to be like in the readings right above it. And so it should be relatively easy for you to find the answer. You're going to work through these. You're going to have chances to do it, like 3 different chances to solve it. Yeah, I'm not an actual student, so I can't click those. So you'll have 3 tries to get the correct answer for these. And then you also get hints in the meantime. So these are meant to be a very low stress way to incentivize you to do some practice along the way. All right, so that's going to be that Top Hat. So there's that. This section only has 2 questions in it. And so then you move on to section 1.3. All right, it's going to talk about scarcity and opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is going to be one of our big concepts in the course for this section. And now what I have in here are going to be videos. You do not have to watch the videos. These videos are going to be very similar to the content that I have going to be doing in the lecture, in the course. They're just kind of there for if you miss class, you want to go back. That's going to help you see what you missed. And then also, if you're out of class if you're sick or traveling for sports or something, that's going to be a good way to keep following along. And so I made these for an online course, a J-term course, a couple years ago. And so I'm now giving them to all of you. Right, so then you go complete these practice questions. You can watch the videos if you want. That'd be good to review for exam potentially. And then you move on to the next one. Then you're gonna have homework. This is end of chapter homework. These are gonna be graded on correctness. Again, you have 3 tries. This is more of like a little bit more stressful, where I really want you to think for the answer yourself and get these and start preparing for the exam for that. So each module is gonna have this basic structure where you have these practice and problems and readings, and you have online homework that goes with it. That'll be done after class, after the lecture, generally on Fridays. Then we move on to the next module, and then we have an exam. So going back to the Canvas. And so you see your first exam will be Thursday 19th. That's going to be covering modules 1 through 4, all that material that we've covered up to that date. and then we're going to cover some more modules, have an exam, and in total we'll have four exams, where that last fourth exam is going to be during the scheduled final exam period. So hopefully everything will be relatively organized for you to keep up in the course. All right, back to the syllabus. Other big things you might want to know. Exams, once you get the textbook, blah, 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 exams and assessments. So we're going to have these 4 exams. They're going to each be worth 20% of your final grade. You have online end of chapter homeworks on Top Hat. They're 10%. Those readings and practice questions will be 5%. And then attendance will be 5%. Attendance, I'm going to be using that Top Hat system to take attendance, and it'll link into Canvas relatively easily for us. So yeah, having that Top Hat and coming to class with a phone or a laptop or a tablet is going to be pretty important. Right, these exams, all 4 exams are going to be online Canvas exams, but they're going to be done in the classroom in 25 in the basement of Farmer. And so you'll come up, I'll give you a lot more information right before the exam to get ready for this. It's going to be multiple choice, numerical questions, pick an answer, that sort of thing on an online Canvas exam. But they will be in person in class, so I can monitor them. Right, what else? Accommodations. So if you have any sort of accommodation, especially related to an exam, I'm going to ask you to schedule that at Ranella. To take that, you can take it the day that I have, I don't know, February 19th for the first exam. So starting anytime that day on February 19th, you can take it, or the Friday, that's going to be a Thursday, you can take it anytime Friday. That works for me. Right? It doesn't have to be during the exam time that's scheduled. You can take it anytime during that week. So you can go ahead and get those exams scheduled now if you want. It's going to get really busy at Ranella. And so I'm going to do my very best, unless there's some sort of emergency, to keep those same exam dates that I have in the syllabus, so you can plan ahead. Exam makeups, I'll talk about that later. Lecture attendance, I'll talk about that in class again. I'll talk about cheating in person. Here's the course cutoff, course grade cutoffs, so you can follow along. It's your responsibility to come up with announcements. I'm going to send everything through Canvas. So if you see a Canvas announcement that's with our course number, ECO201, look at it. I'm not going to send out, I'll send out maybe one a week for like, this is what you need to do this week, what's coming up. And then like, oh, I'm sick, I need to cancel class. That's how I'm going to tell you. And so I'm not going to be spamming you with emails. Hopefully you might get like 1 email a week and maybe 2, all right, from me. Right. End of semester and during semester travel. All right, so we have our exam dates. You can look them up. Section I, that's the 1140 section. Your final exam is going to be on Thursday, May 14th. Section J, the 115 class, you're going to be on Tuesday, May 12th. They're going to be held in the normal classroom. So when you're scheduling your travel for the end of semester, tell your parents, schedule flights. These are exams. We can't move them forward, just for personal travel for that. Great. All right, there's the timings of things. Great, so that should be good enough for now. What I want you to do for class on Thursday, you should come, hopefully, with Top Hat already purchased and ready to go and linked up. One of the first things we'll probably do in class is like get those out and spend 5 minutes trying to help people figure that out who haven't done it. But it'll be a lot easier if you just come to class. We're going to use it in class to answer questions, practice questions, and do some in-class activities. So what I suggest bringing to class is either a tablet or paper. We're going to draw a lot of graphs. And so for you to take notes with graphs, you're going to need to be able to just draw them out and follow me, watch me draw them out. So that my suggestion is get a tablet or paper to do that. You could also watch along the lecture slides in Top Hat on your laptop as I'm going along, so you can go back and forth with those. So lots of times I see students either just have a tablet or tablet and paper, or tablet and a laptop all ready to go to take notes and stick with those slides. Good. Yeah, so I will now be on my office hours, roughly from like normal scheduled time today for class. So that's going to be like 11:40ish till like 2:35. I'll just be sitting on a Zoom link to help you answer any questions today that you might have or any concerns you might have moving forward in this course. Also, feel free to email me if you need anything else. And if we have good luck, then we'll have class on Thursday, and I'll get to see you all in the morning on that Thursday in 25 in Farmer.